Hey Flosstube, this is Tara with World Woman Crafts, and we're here. We are still here. It has continued to be the most over the past few weeks, but I have a short little update for you today. I have really not stitched on much. Like, I've had kind of consistent small progress, but only on a couple of things. So I know I very often will be like, I think this is going to be shorter, and then it's about the same runtime, but I genuinely feel in my soul that this one might be a little bit shorter today, but we will see. I hope you all are doing okay and finding moments of calm with your crafts. I don't know what is happening with my hair today, sorry. Yeah, so I'm not going to belabor the point, but it is funny that I kind of I feel like I set myself up in my last video to be like, it's going to be no fun November. I didn't mean like my whole life and the whole world, but that's okay. Everything that's going on with me is like fine, it's manageable. It's just when like a bunch of kind of like adult admin tasks fall together, it just really gets you, and like everything is like not really working all at the same time, but we're good. We're all good. Yeah, so it is mid-November now. It is November 17th. I'm filming this. And like I said, have not really stitched on all that much, but we are definitely geared more towards the holiday season. So I have one fully finished object to share with you and 2 new starts, and that is it. And then I have a couple of like plans and a little bit of Stitchy kindness to share with you as well. So let's get right into it. My fully finished object is this little happy biscornu from Stitchy Prose. This is Merry Meowmas. I finished stitching this quite a bit earlier this year, but it is finally fully finished. So in case this is the first time you're seeing this, we have our gingerbread cat, our snowman cat, our Santa cat, and our reindeer cat. They're so cute. And it took me stitching this to realize this, but I believe this red in the middle is sleds, like mirrored, like reflected over each other. So darling. And so yeah, the back is the same minus the cats. So I went ahead and stitched this together the other day and picked these nice kind of neutral buttons. So far, this is the 3rd biscornu I fully finished, and I have not, I don't seem to be big on making very contrasting buttons. I like them to kind of blend in. That may change in the future, but that seems to be my MO for now. And I didn't point out, I have switched out some of my pieces back here. So these were both Jingle Ball class finishes last year. This is Ink Circles, Seas, and Greetings. And then this is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery's, I think it's like Season's Greetings from the Fox family. It was funny that both my classes had like the sentiment of Season's Greetings, which was very cute. And then I have 2 starts for you. I did not work on a single whip this month so far. So the first one I talked about last time. This is I guess I'll put up like the charting of what this is going to look like. This is a piece I charted for my grandfather who requested it. He picked this quote. I didn't do a lot of razzle dazzle to it. I am by no means a cross stitch designer, but I used a free font from Lord Libanon's website, and I have been making this my 200 stitches a day project, which I have skipped a couple days, but here it is. I have written a novel. I have stitched a novel. It is so many words. But this is the bottom. I did make it to the bottom yesterday, and this is like one of these little steins, which is a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, not going to lie to you. But I have 5 more to do, and this is not all of the text. I'm sure if you're reading this, it does go to the right a bit more. So like this top line will say things to do. And I think this one right here is the longest line. So it has with each thirst quenching, it still needs to say elbow bend. So there's still quite a bit this way, but I just kind of decided, you know what, I'm going to just stitch this field and then we'll move it over. Another thing that I am really glad I kind of thought of very early when I first started this was I kind of realized that there are 3,000-ish stitches of the lettering, and it kind of occurred to me that I was like, I probably will run out of thread. So let me see. I ended up grabbing, I was sort of sad about it because these are both, I'm sure on camera this is maybe coming up as black, but they're, it's a really, really deep green. And I was excited about it. I had picked fancy threads. I mean, you know, it's a special gift for my grandpa, so I figured he was worth busting out some fancy threads for. So the color I had originally picked was Fiberlicious Forever. And this had come in a, hopefully you can see it's green. This had come in a kit, that like Michelle Bendy Twisted Rabbit Creations journal kit. And so this is not a standard color and you can't buy this. So I was like, well, dang it. And I just didn't have like, DMC didn't go deep enough. And anyway, all that to say, I went to the old floss wall and I picked up this why can I not say her name? Hand dyed by Rolanda. This one right here, it's called A Magical Curse. And this one was from a box. And so also not one I can replicate. And on the skein, they do look, I don't know, I'm sure they look close enough. Anyway, it's stitched in both. So if you didn't notice that there was 2 different colored threads, then yay me. But in case anyone did notice, I kind of just like took it 2 lines at a time. So this is like the Fiberlicious, and then this is Rolanda, and then this is Fiberlicious, and then this is Rolanda. So if anyone did notice that there was a difference, it would look intentional at least. But yeah, quite honestly, stitched up, I don't really think you can tell, which is perfect. Because like I said, I still have, I think what's upsetting is all of this is 56%. That is really getting me mentally right now, but we carry on. If I stick with 200 a day, it will be done by the end of the month. So I just need to stick with it. And I'm stitching this on 28 count scroll by Be Stitch Me, I believe, which I think I got in a fight night way back. Yeah, so that's where this one's at. I also, you may have noticed, once again, I'm playing with the margins. I didn't realize when I measured this in, I thought that I made this myself. I still didn't catch this. I thought that the corner motif marked the far edge of the pattern, but it does not. This W comes out quite a bit. So it's a little close. It's a little close, but I may experiment with like sewing a little extra scrap of fabric on. I just wanted to preserve as much of the fabric as possible. Sorry, Grandpa. But anyway, I did tell him that I started it, but I'm keeping the rest of it a surprise. So I hope he is excited to receive that this holiday season. So that was my first start. And then my second start was, I also last time did not discuss the Jingle Ball at all, but and quickly I'll spoil how I did buy one of the shirts this year. I've never bought like Jingle Ball merch necessarily, but I just loved the art this year. So I got a long sleeve Jingle Ball shirt. But anyway, I am apparently, as is customary for me, I am taking 2 classes. So the first one I'm taking is Tiny Modernist's Gingerbread House. I think this is so darling. And this one was not offered as a kit. It was only offered as a PDF class. So I went to Stash and I found this gorgeous piece of color and cotton. This is Spiced Honey in 32 count. And so this is where I am. I am hoping to finish this for the class, which I think will be doable. I just need to focus up, but this front panel is completely done. There's quite a bit of backstitch. And And then, yeah, I'm working on this side panel, and how perfect are my needle minders? Which this is largely getting done. I just need to like fill these in, and then there's gumdrops on the bottom. The side panels are not as detailed as the front. Like doing the front, I think was maybe like 30 something % of the chart or something. So like the front and the back are quite a bit more stitches than the sides. Yeah. So this is going. This is going, and that is all the stitching I have to show you. I don't want to fully say I've like lost my stitchy bug. It has just like, I've not been motivated, and tragically I have had work to do at work to kind of close out the year, and so it has been less possible for me to kind of sneak some stitches in during the day. And then I find after work it's like dark, and so I don't know, I like stitching during the day. I like using natural light, so it's just been kind of a barrier to feeling motivated to chill. And I also recently, so one of those like adult like chores that is just annoying is I have been working on a laptop. My personal computer has been a laptop for a long time, and my partner, you know, has been trying to get me into PC gaming, and he was like, oh, I can get you a PC for Christmas. But he, you know, that's his main hobby, and so he updates his rig pretty regularly. So like his prior PC is still very much leaps and bounds more powerful than the laptop I've been using. So I was like, let's plug up your old one. It's just sitting here. And of course, it started having like blue screen of death. We've been like working with this computer guy forever trying to figure out if it's like broken or not. And it is not. Turns out the fix is very easy, but it cost a lot of money to figure out the very easy solution. But I have kind of a new computer, so that's very exciting for me. New to me computer. Anyway, so quickly, yeah, I didn't work on a single whip. And as far as plans, this was a November whip go call, so I'm done with that. And I had already finished one of my other November whip go call which was one of the neat bells. So I still need to do both of my October whip goes. And I also need to do my other Jingle Ball class, pre-stitching, and the other class I signed up for was hands-on designs, #joy. I'll put a picture of the finish up, because hands-on design is doing 2 classes this year. So I liked this one with the felt. I think it's a very cool finish, and you know, felt is fun and cheap, and so it's interesting. These are pretty small cuts, so I'm just very curious to see how this all comes together. So I did get the kit for this, but the kit, again, did not come with the like stitching supplies. It's all called for DMC, but I didn't have one of the DMCs, so I pulled another thread. It's stitched on platinum, which I had a cut of, so I am all set to go on that. This one is small, so I really think that I can jam it in there. I think I'm well within being able to finish both of those before the class. I just have to get to it. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to keep stitching on, you know, my daily 200 on my grandfather's chart. I'm thinking I might do a separate 2025 plans video. I am really kind of thinking about it, and I was looking through my Notion last night, and some of my charts are paper charts, and I really do just like having hard numbers and hard percentages. So I purchased WinStitch. I had previously used Stitch Fiddle, but my year-long subscription to that expired. And even with the like paid subscription of Stitch Fiddle, WinStitch or MaxStitch, depending on, you know, what you're on, is so much more intuitive and powerful and user-friendly in a lot of ways. So I'm really happy about it. So basically I have a couple of charts to rechart, and then I really want to sit and think. So there might be like a planning video, we will see. And then I also, of course, want to stay up on my sals, specifically the Celebrate All Year and the Stitch for Pride one. But I would like to poll the audience, if you will indulge me, for my last 2 Stitch for Pride moments here. So let me talk you through my concern, and then I would like you to please weigh in your opinions. So I did not get the called for thread for this. We know this. And so I have generally been approaching this as I've been wanting to capture like the rainbow in some capacity. So, you know, as far as our like Roy G. Biv, right? So what we are missing here is red and orange. And I know Dee is charting the 12th motif here. December's motif is going to be more of a red. And I think red would look good there. So I think that's fine. But this month's goes down here. And I think I'm kind of torn between either going for the orange, or there is a thread that is just very unique in my collection that I don't know when or how I will use it again. And it's kind of perfectly set up, I think, to go with the threads that are already in this corner. So this is Unicorn Dreams from Fiberlicious. So let me get a board for you. So if I go Unicorn Dreams, I feel that, you know, it matches kind of the purple, what's going on here, and this blue. But, so I think it would look good in this corner, but compositionally, how do we feel about it? So alternatively, some oranges I'm considering. This, I think, is my strongest orange contender. Let's see if I can kind of balance it on here at all. This is Hugo by Almond M&M's. I kind of like that. I don't know. And then I have a stronger orange. So this is Pumpkin Spice. So we could go this route, but this is quite solid. And then I also have 2 kind of wildly variegated ones. So this is Autumn Leaves by Color and Cotton. So we could go this route, but this pulls a lot of red. Or we could do Baked Apple, which again is like very largely red. This is not even really orange. As far as reds in the center, I have this Night Stalker's Calling, so it will probably be this kind of modeled if I had to guess. So this is the Mind Flare, but this is quite a punchy red. Or I have this kind of like more muted red that is like a Gentle Arts limited edition. So y'all, I don't know. I'm officially like burnt on deciding colors on this. Oh my gosh, so we could do like red and orange. I also have for red, let's see, this like terracotta. I'm sorry, it's so hard to kind of visualize this on a board. I don't know. What do we think? Or put Unicorn Dreams? I don't know. So this is my dilemma. Please feel free to share your thoughts and feelings on this. But we're getting close and I'm really happy with it. So we have that, and then I believe I shared that, yeah, it's National Novel Writing Month is what we are celebrating and celebrate all year. And then, I mean, I think certainly for December, I gotta pick back up Arctic Animals, y'all. I'm so behind. But it's looking really good. I'll put it up here. I really like the way the top is going. Yeah. Okay, so let's just go through a couple things that I have gotten since we last chatted. 2 of them we already talked about. I got this long sleeve and my Jingle Ball kit from Hands On Design. I also received my Advents. So the Black Needle Society's Nice List box is here. It has landed. It is under the tree. They have us like inventory all of the packages so they can send out replacements before they go on break for the holidays. So I'm all good. I got all my parts, which is fantastic. And then yesterday this came. So this is the Crafty Gurumi on Etsy Advent. And I just want to show y'all how spectacular of a packing job she did. So this is what it looks like. I put it back exactly as it was. So I think if you watched my previous video, I mentioned that there was a survey. So this, it does say it was customized based on my survey choices. So I'm very excited about that. It has a little stitch guide. And then just as a little peek, I'm not going to unpack it because the packages are in order. How fun is that? So I am very excited to open that with you all. If you are newer around here and have not caught my December videos, I do plan to post daily in December, and I will be opening this as well as the Black Needle Society and potentially my little wine advent as well. So I'll have 3 advents to share with you this year, which I'm very excited about. And then lastly, I just wanted to share some really sweet Stitchy kindness. Oh wait, actually, sorry, one more thing before the Stitchy kindness. Since we last chatted, I went to a movie and film liquidation sale. So if you're unfamiliar, Atlanta is kind of a big movie city behind like Los Angeles and New York. A lot of stuff is filmed in Atlanta, like all the Marvel movies, or I think like almost all the Marvel movies, like there's a lot of stuff that's shot here. So they have these huge liquidation sales in these massive warehouses. Hopefully I'll put some photos up. And it is quite the experience to go to one of these things. I was lucky enough to go to one last year, but I didn't really know what I was in for. This year we kind of had a better idea of like what the vibe is, but even still, it was bigger than the one we went to last year. The warehouse was humongous. I feel like it took us like 2.5, 3 hours just to walk through it. Which was wild, and I did score, and we brought bags this time, but it still was not enough. We need like a cart, because it's just hard to like pick up stuff early and then have to carry it with you all the way around, but you can't leave things because people will, like, you might not remember where it was, or people will pick it up, you know, it's just kind of a frenzy. So, and I did ask, I asked one of the workers there, like, how many productions this was, like, this included, and he said about 8 or 9, and I, like I said, scored a couple of things. So I purchased some dining chairs. Actually, the ones we have were not super comfortable, and these were just really dang cute. I thought. I was joking with my friends, and I was like, you know, you hear that millennials all have like the velvet green couch, so I'm mixing it up and I'm getting velvet green dining chairs. And I think they may be from a Marvel movie. The legs had a piece of tape on them that said Clint's Hotel Room. So if there are any Marvel experts out there, I don't really watch the Marvel movies, but if you recognize these chairs from, like, if that's Hawkeye's hotel room, let me know. But yeah, other than that, I scored like a little Turkish coffee set, like not coffee, but it's a Turkish coffee, like, cup and saucer set that I'm hoping to give to my partner's mom. And then I scored some crafty stuff. I scored this needlepoint kit. How freaking adorable is this guy? It's fully kitted, unopened. I'm kind of obsessed. I initially passed on him because obviously I don't really needlepoint, but I did have so much fun with that canvas lobster this year that I may stitch him. I'm not fully decided yet if I'm going to try to, like, I don't know, sell this or give it away or what, but it was really cute, and it was very cheap. Like the tag here I think says $44, but it was listed at the sale as $15, and then because like every day of the sale things become more and more marked off, so it was 35% off the day that we went. So that was very exciting. And then I got 2 little like gold kind of like easels that hopefully I can like lean cross stitch on in the future. And I got 2 giant like linen bed sheets, I think. Again, hoping for all these aspirations of me becoming a fantastic sewist when I'm not sewing all that much, but scored those as well. So that is always fun. Unfortunately, I did not take the giant orcas home, but they were really cool to see. And you know that, you know, NYC, the fake NYC train subway car was $10,000, but it was 35% off. Can't afford not to buy it, but I just didn't have a place to park it. Anyway, so that was really fun. And then, okay, yes, last but not least, I have some Stitchy kindness to share with y'all. So a sweet follower, Charisse, we've messaged a bit, and I had sent her a little Fozzie Shrinky Dink, and she sent me a nice little package as a thank you. So she crocheted this little like market bag. So freaking cute. And she also, some of this is not going to stay with me. Some of this is going to Montana friends, and she is the one who, you know, made the Shrinky Dink. She also sent these knitted fingerless gloves, which are so freaking cute. Ooh. Oh no, don't get caught on my ring. They're so nice. I love this color. And then this killed me. One of these is out on the floor, but she, I guess this is I'm assuming this is crochet. She crocheted little cat toys. So this one's an ice cream cone, as you could tell. And then the other one was a little taco. So freaking darling. And then sent some candy and a very sweet note. So thank you so much. It really, this arrived on a day that I got into like an extremely minor car accident. I was really lucky that like the guy didn't even want to exchange info. It was so minor, but yeah, it was received on a day where I really needed it. And then Jenny, the quilt junkie, is at it again, doing the most and being so nice. She had messaged me and said that she kind of was looking for like a quick scrappy project to do and asked if I wanted another like project keeper, and I was like, of course. So this is, I believe, Tiger Lily Designs, like her small project keeper. Are you freaking kidding me? So Jenny put this together with a bunch of scraps in between her like quilt projects, and look at the villain's fabric on the inside. And she sent me my first Pirate and Robin, which honestly, I'm so glad that this kind of arrived after the fact, because obviously I'm burning through 2 fancy greens and now I have a new fancy green. So this color, let me get it out here, is Potion. How amazing is that? Sorry, I'm getting a lot of sunlight on this side. I'm gonna wrap it up soon. And then look, she gave me a little belated birthday card. Scrappy birthday. I can't believe that. It's so cool. She is so talented and so nice. I just can't. So, in her card, she mentioned that this could be maybe like my office cross stitch, like little sneaky incognito project. And it absolutely is, which is definitely what I definitely want, an office cross stitch project for my in-office days. After I finish this scarf, which, whoops, I forgot to share the scarf update. I have miraculously kept up with the scarf. I haven't done today's stitches, but that's fine. Which again, at this point, I'm like, I'm not really sure what there is that I'm showing you other than proving to myself that I did it. So this is where you saw it last. So we've got 3 more ships, and it's getting to be a semi-wearable length at this point. And honestly, now that it's kind of cool in the mornings, I usually just kind of wear it while I knit on it. So this is going really well. I'm excited. If I stay on track, I did the math, and I actually think, so I had just hoped to finish by the end of the year, but because it obviously wasn't an even number of rows that I had to do to finish it by December 31st, I'm working a little bit ahead. And so I actually should finish now December 22nd. So it can actually be a Christmas gift if I want. I will beat Christmas. So yeah, really liking it. This is the Starfighter scarf from the Star Wars Knitting the Galaxy book by Tanis Gray. And yeah, we're just knitting. We're just doing our little daily projects, and then I'm not feeling up too much else at this time, but you know, I think you just got to kind of let the lulls ride, and the motivation will come back eventually, I am sure. Yeah, I'm looking over, and I think that's all I have. I'm just mostly trying to stick with what I had hoped to do for this month, get my Jingle Ball projects ready to go, get these kind of 2 Christmas gifts wrapped up, and then start planning for next year. And I think that will entail figuring out which projects like I really want to get done by the end of the year, hopefully. I will be, again, if you've been with me for a bit, I usually am in Texas with my family for a good bit over the holidays, so you get a little scenery change. And so I got to kind of plan like what projects are going to go to Texas with me, what I want to finish by the end of the year, and how I want to target my stuff next year. And I am really feeling, especially because Karen of Stitching Past My Bedtime was like, Tara and I are doing a no-buy next year. And I was like, ooh, I'm committed now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Karen. It's motivating me, honestly. I can't back out of it because I need to do this. So I sort of want to think through like what my conditions will be for new starts. I think a big thing is I can't let myself get sucked into sales next year, because I think that is just like a real weak point where keeping up with a stitch along just sucks all the time out of wanting to move forward on things, on larger things. So yeah, I am thinking about that. And yeah, that also will start with like making sure I have a real picture of where I am at all on all my current projects. And yeah, so those are the kinds of things I'm thinking about. We will see if I do a full separate like planning video. Maybe it won't end up being that interesting, but yeah, that's what we have going on. And honestly, it's been really nice kind of talking this all out. I'm getting motivated again for today, but just been enjoying the weather dropping a little bit and trying to take it slow. Just take it easy, one day at a time. And I hope you all are able to do the same as much as you can, because I know it's like about everything else is ramping up as the holidays approach. So just take care as best you can, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Let me know if you're doing any Jingle Ball classes. Shout out to everyone who's doing the Blue Flower class. Holy cow, that project is big. So yeah, let me know what Jingle Ball classes you are doing, if you're going, and I'll see you when I see you. Thanks, everyone. Bye.